Hello, I'm Fanny Steingraeber, and together with my family and my brother Alban, I am now head of Steingraeber Piano Manufactory in Bayreuth, Germany, and we are very proud to spend our time in the perfection of the instruments and to develop new sound and new sound possibilities. Our main goal is to give a big variety of sounds with our instruments so that you can express yourself with the music with our instruments. And the main important thing is that you focus on every single detail during the production. So our constructional bases are partly from the past but combined with new materials. So you always need a curiosity in developing new sounds and also have the basis to the past to give even a broader possibility of expression. Since 1 year, so since 2023, my brother Alban and I are now in charge of the company and are very proud to represent the 7th generation of Steingraeber here in Bayreuth. And also for the 200th anniversary, we decided to give us a new logo, which is without the and sons, and we decided to be Steingraeber Bayreuth. So when you come to our house, to the first floor, it is kind of surprising because it's really like going back into the centuries, 200, 300 years ago, and you arrive in the first floor in the Rococo Hall, which is still in the historic shape, and together with a Liszt grand piano there where we still have concerts on or CD recordings in. And when you go to the rooms left and on the right from it, there's our piano museum where you can experience the history of piano making. So there is, for example, right next to it, the Opus No. 1, the masterpiece from Edward Steingraeber, and it's built in 1852, and next to it you can try out a square piano from 1835, for example. So these ones are to experience the historic sounds and the historic touches, to give an insight on what played the composers on from these times, for example. When you go further from the museum, you arrive to the modern side of the house, where's our chamber concert hall as well, and the selection hall of the concert grands. So there is Model E and Model D in the chamber concert hall, and here we are in the Nordsaal with the smaller concert grands. So in our factory, we built our pianos on 4 floors. When you go to the basement, there is the first step of the grand piano making, the rim bending. For the rim bending, it is also very important to make everything by hand and also to use special glue. A special glue which is hard like glass, so that you even there don't have a loss of vibrations. Right next to it, there's the deep drying of our soundboards. So it goes down up to 3.9% of water inside the soundboards, what makes them more sustainable and longer lasting. On the other side of the basement, there's the selection hall of our veneers. They are partly still from the 80s or even older, and our customers can come here and select the veneers themselves. When you go to the first floor, there is the acoustic body making, so the 3 most important parts getting together, what is the soundboard with the rim and then the cast iron frame. When you go further, there's the smithery, where you have the induction hardening of the cast iron frames. In the first floor, it starts with the real piano making process with the action setting of the upright pianos. You have to think about the 6,500 pieces of an action, which should not be feelable for the pianist afterwards. So this is what's happening there, the individual making of the action into the specific piano. On the other side, we make our different surfaces, which is, of course, mainly the high gloss polishing of the black polyester pianos, but on the other side also our veneer treatment with satin finish or oiled finish. So in the last floor of our factory, there's the action setting of the grand pianos. The focus is there on every single detail, and so for you as a pianist that you in the end don't feel anything of the action, but feel the control over the sound. So the last room of our factory is the voicing room. So there all the finishing works are happening, what means the last voicings, the regulation, all the end works of the action so that everything is equal. In this step it's also needed to play the pianos in so that they're getting swinged in what happenings with the playing in machine, which we use for up to 100 hours on every single piano. Most important is that you have a nearly endless influence into your individual piano. On the one side, this is the sound, on the other side, the touch, which you can influence, and you're invited here to come to Bayreuth and to tell us about your specific needs. This broadens even more with our innovations we do. So, for example, 4 different keyboards and keyboard sizes. This is smaller keys and also curved keys for a more ergonomic playing. On the other side, this is also from the sound side, the Mozart rail and the Sordino pedal, which are both ideas more from the past. So with the Mozart rail you can lower the key depth of the keyboard up to 8 mm from the standard 10.2 mm. The Sordino pedal is a reinvention from the 19th century Sordino pedal or pedal celeste, where you can influence the sound even more and have a bigger variety of sounds. So I invite you to try our instruments either here in Bayreuth or at one of our dealers worldwide and let your imagination run free.